Welcome back to Sgcarmart. Today I'm more than 10,000 kilometers away from Singapore. Well, you see, Continental Tires have invited us, has flown me all the way from Singapore to Hannover in Germany, which is their hometown, to try out its new product. So I'm here to experience the new UltraContact UX7 tires, which is made for SUVs, and I'm going to learn more about the brand, check out its R&D facilities, and well, I'll be visiting the Contidrom, which is where Continental Tires does all its in-house testing for its products. Yes, I am quite excited about this, getting to try these tires. I can't wait to share more with you guys. So I'm now at the ADAC driver training track in Hannover, and what we're going to do today is we're going to get to experience the new UX7 tires along with some other Continental tire products. So we'll be starting really soon. There's wet handling course, there's wet braking, there's all sorts of segments that is really exciting. And oh, they did mention there's a portion which is called the X module or something. It's quite interesting. It sounds like there'll be some skid pad driving, and you know, we need to probably dodge some cones or something. I'm not exactly sure, but we'll find out really soon. First segment that we are participating in is a wet braking course. So we'll get to try the new UX7 equipped car and see how well it does on braking. So I believe we will get to compare that tire against its predecessor, which is the UC6. I believe these are the car that we're going to be using for the braking test. As you can see, this is equipped with the older outgoing UltraContact UC6, and this car right here is equipped with the UX7, the new tires that we are going to get to try before it is even launched over in our area or region. Alright, so right now the first activity of the day that I'm going to do is to drive this car equipped with the UltraContact UC6, which is the predecessor of the UX7 that we're going to really try out. And yeah, this is a wet braking test, so we're going to give it a go and see what the braking distance is. The speed will be 85 kilometers per hour, and yeah, we're going to just slam on the brakes at that two markers right in front. So yep, I guess let's go. 85. Okay, alright, so that's that. I think I might have went a little bit quicker than 85. The braking distance is 31.35 meters with this run. So later on we'll be able to compare it against the newer tire and see like just how much of an improvement it actually is. So now I'm inside another Audi Q3, and this one, it is equipped with the UltraContact UX7, which is the new tires, which is supposed to be, you know, even better braking, even better performance. Alright, looks like we can go. So same thing, I have to accelerate up to 85 kilometers per hour before I slam on the brakes. Let's see what this thing does. Okay, 85. Slam hard on the brake. Let's see. Wow. It's instantly 5 meters shorter. This is 25.42 on my first try. With the previous, the UC6, it was around 31 meters from what I remember. So this is a drastic improvement, and the car felt stable and easy to control even under heavy braking. So this is definitely something that you would want from a tire that you fit on your road-going cars. You see, you know, you drive these SUVs, something like the Q3 over here, or even larger SUVs, you definitely want better braking performance for the safety of you and your family as well. So we're done with the wet braking. Now we are walking over to the next segment, which looks kind of exciting. I think it's a skid pad of sorts. We'll find out real soon. Oh, and you know why I think it's going to be exciting? Because I've caught a glimpse of the cars, and they are Audi S3s. See the kick plate has caused the car to slide a little bit. I'm gonna maneuver through these water obstacles, avoid them. Right, so for this segment, I'm inside an Audi S3 sport bag. So yeah, that itself really sounds very exciting. So what we're going to do is this kick plate, I guess that's what it's called. So when you run over the plate, the thing will make the car go a bit sideways. You have to react in time to catch the slide. And there are some water obstacles to avoid as well. So it's the first time I'm doing it. I'm actually quite excited. Okay, I'm totally not sure what to expect actually. Whoa. Oh, yeah. I totally don't know where I'm supposed to go actually. So for this activity, we're actually using winter tires. I've asked the instructor about why the decision to use winter tires. So apparently the slick surface is quite similar to driving on ice. Okay, let's go. Oops, no slide at all. Oops. So there's one thing I realized, it's actually quite difficult to, purposely slide the car and all, because it's counterintuitive. The moment the car starts sliding, you want to try to get it back in control. And there's a few runs where I end up going a bit straight and it's kind of boring. But that again shows how much confidence the tires give. And if you want to get it back in control, it's pretty easy to do it. On the other hand, if you purposely want to slide the car, yeah, you actually have to do it. You got to give it more steering angle and all that just to purposely slide the car. So quite an exciting exercise actually. So as you can see, for this next section, it's going to be about off-roading. Look at this incline over here. So the tires that we are trying here is not the UX7, but rather an off-road tire. So let's have a look. It's got a cross-contact UX6. These are the tires of the cars. They are all Continentals as well. Right, so I've just driven this Ford over here with the UX6 on a quite a simple off-roading route, and all I can say is, well, there's a lot of traction. The car didn't even lose any traction at any point in time. We were going slow, but it conquered all the obstacles. And for now, we are hopping in for a taxi ride. And I've been told that this route will be even more exciting than what we've driven on. So, well, let's see. Whoa. So we just went for quite an adventure with this taxi ride. Look how dirty the car is. So we've driven on a lot of different surfaces, but I'm most impressed about is there was this, rocky incline with like water streaming down. So you're talking about sharp, slippery rocks with water perpetually wet, and yet it climbed without any traction issues at all. So this really shows how good Continental's UX6 tires are. So that concludes our off-roading segment. Later on, I think there will be some exciting segments as well. I think we'll be getting to drive on a handling course, wet handling course. So now I'm inside the Volkswagen Tiguan, and what we are doing is a wet cornering course, which is just a left-hander. We're going to start slow with 30 kilometers per hour, and well, let's move out. This is with the UltraContact UX7, which is the new tires that is made for SUVs. So let's see. So the UX7 is really a pretty good tire. I'm quite impressed with it. And this is actually the last activity that we have for today. I mean, the last driving activity. Later on, we'll be visiting the R&D center to learn more about, how tires are made, I don't know, I assume that's what they're telling us. I'll only find out when I'm there. We are now at one of Continental's facility. We are here at their R&D facility to be exact, where we will learn more about how tires are designed, tires are made through some workshops and whatnot, which is probably going to be quite interesting because it's the first time I'm doing this. I didn't have such an opportunity the last time I was around here. Now I'm at this tire carving lab. So this is where they hand carve tires, and there's actually also a robot that they can use to carve tires as well. So the reason they carve tires with hand is because, you know, when testing, sometimes you only need 4 tires or a few tires, and you don't want to make a new mold just for it. And that is where all these experts, these masters come in, and they just carve these tires with hand with the tools over there. It's really quite difficult. I've seen them done. Just look at these tires here. All these unique tires are probably for like car shows or some, what do you call that, concept cars. This is some of the blades, the tools that they use to cut the tires. I'm here at the Contidrom Proving Ground, which is Continental's own testing facility. We will be getting to see how they do their tire testing over here. You know, things like braking tests, comfort, and of course you'll get to see more of the different tracks that they use. They have a dry handling course, a wet handling course. It's really all quite fascinating and interesting. I'm not sure how much I can show you. I mean, we have been allowed to take photos and videos over here, but clearly some areas are still restricted. So one of the first places I was visiting would be the IBA test facility. This is an automated indoor braking analyzing lab. You can see the cars over here, they are standard, but they have this metal bar added in front. So what is this metal bar? We've been told that it is actually something unique to this IBA facility. So instead of, you know, just having the car driven normally, whereby, you know, there could be accidental steering input or other, you know, irregular movements of the car, they have it attached to this rear system. Yes, it looks like a roller coaster ride because the technology is actually derived from the roller coasters. So it keeps the car straight as an arrow, you know, straight towards wherever the braking surface is. And it also propels the car, so you are not driving the engine, you get a more consistent power, consistent speed for repeatable results. And that is how they get these tire data. So you know how we have done some wet braking tests with the UX7 on the test track earlier. So the IBA system actually replaces that. You don't really need a manual driver to be doing it. Not only does it make it easier to conduct a lot more tests, you don't need so many drivers, right? And it's also a lot more reliable and consistent because when I was driving, they told me to drive at 85 kilometers per hour. I can tell you that out of like 5 runs, 3 or 4 of them were not 85, it was like 88, 87, you know. But with such a system like the IBA, you can ensure that it's always at a consistent, correct speed. So our last station in Contidrom is wet handling. We'll be driving on a wet handling course. And this time around, we are driving these cars, the GTIs, Golf GTIs. Mark 8, I believe, and these are equipped with the Continental MC7. These are very good wet tires. I've experienced it last year. The cars were iForce back then, and we had a lot of fun. So I am expecting to have a lot more fun with these GTIs today as well. Alright, so for now, I'm inside a Golf Mark 8 GTI. It is equipped with the Max Contact MC7, and we are going out for a few laps on the wet handling course. So Continental's wet handling course is actually quite unique because it comprises of, you know, different kind of corners. You got sweepers, you got tighter corners, you got you know, lower speed and higher speed corners. So it is quite interesting. You get to test the tires, and most importantly, the interesting part is that they have this perpetually wet surface, which is designed to be, you know, very equal. You wouldn't get a lot of puddles and all that. The water level is pretty much consistent for most part of it, and that is what makes it a good, you know, dedicated track for testing wet tire performance. So I'm getting ready to go on a taxi ride in that flashy Continental Tires liveried R8 right there. Really sweet driving skills by the driver. The car is really pushing it to the limits and staying at the limits. And the Sgcarmart UX7, they are doing very well on this wet track. I mean, if you ask me to drive, I wouldn't have the confidence to drive so hard because I'm not a racing driver. Right, so this is me at Contidrom in Germany, Hannover, and I've enjoyed, 2 days with Continental at ADAC and Contidrom, trying out the latest UX7 tires and all the other tires on the dry handling, wet handling. We saw how the tires are being tested in Continental's facilities, and it has been quite a journey. I hope you've enjoyed this video as much as, well, I've enjoyed myself learning about all these processes at Continental over here. That is all I have for this video. So, right, if you like this video, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to our YouTube channel, and remember to follow us on TikTok at Sgcarmart. So I'm gonna be heading back to Singapore and see you in the next video. Bye bye.